Shalom, my beloved brother, Big Levi. Bring you peace. I'm bringing this message. Something significant happened yesterday, Thursday, January the 25th. There's a lot of energy was in the air, but I had the opportunity yesterday, Big Levi, because you know I'm here in Lake Worth Beach, part of Palm Beach, but I had the opportunity to actually go to Palm Beach Island, and our ancestors, my ancestors have been leading me there, man. And I got some 83s that are trying to cleave to me that of great wealth for now. They own the what is called the Saravec Gallery in Palm Beach, right on the island. But check this out, man. I was led, where we're talking about going to sacred sites. Well, there was a picture of the infamous Henry Flagler in that gallery. And actually, man, I wish I had recorded the whole thing while I was there, but nonetheless, maybe I'll do it in the future if I'm led. But I'm going to include a picture of this infamous one. And I remember the word of power that you gave. I think it was on the 21st of this month. I won't speak it, but I'll spell it. Maot, um, or Malkuth. But anyway, I didn't get a chance physically, but I did the three-step right, pound the ground three times on my right, pound the ground three times on my left. I looked at the portrait of Flagler, and many people were around me. I pointed to him and I said to him, I'm coming for you. I am here for you. I pointed my finger to the portrait of him. And the dude Flagler in the portrait, yeah, he's roasting in Hades now, but that's okay. He was still he knew. It's like he was waiting for the judgment. And I pointed my finger at him. I said, the black judge is here to collect. You, your descendants, your generation, for all the homes, the houses that you burned on this island. At this point, Big Levi, I activated the ley line. I felt a shake. I don't know if anybody else did, but I did. He deliberately, and all this is a historical fact. He had some circus or whatever come in town and lured all of the Aboriginals, our people, over there, and then burned all their houses, had them to walk across the bridge. It was horrible. It's in our lineage. However, I'm taking everything back on behalf of our ancestors, and there's more sacred areas that I'm led to go. And all praises to the mighty one. The black judge is here and his horse. We'll talk soon. Peace out. Shalom, my brother. This is Brother Larry again. Yeah, feel free. If you're led, it's all good. You can share this with the nation. When you are led to have a call in, I'll share more. And also too, man, I wanted to share this too. In that gallery, there's a lot of Haitian portraits or art from an 83 who spent time over there. And dude, and I'll have some pictures of that because I had a photographer with me that was taking pictures of me with the portraits. So when they're available, I'll make sure I'll give them to you. You can share them with the nation. It's very powerful. But the curator, the owner, one of the owners, the husband of the owner of there, I said, hey man, this is cool. I said, well, where's the Haitian flag? You know, he did a back step. He says, "Oh well, he didn't, didn't decide to put the flag in." He says, "But look, check this out, Big Levi." He he pointed to one portrait that had the French flag up there. He said, "Oh, here's the French flag." I said, "Dude, they lost. Haiti annihilated the French. They had to get out of there. No." And then another person said, "Yeah, the colonizers still trying to show their strength." And I said, "Yep." I said, "But it's over." I said, "Judgment is here." So anyway, man, it's a lot of energy, man, happened yesterday, the 25th, and the 20, and today, the 26th. But anyway, if you feel like sharing that, if you want to, go for it. It's all good. And man, more to be revealed. Much respect, much love to you and your family. Out.
All right, beloved, as you just heard, that was our beloved brother. That was our beloved brother. That was our beloved brother Larry. Please give me a one if you can hear me and see me well. Thank you, beloved. There you go. Thank you for being here. It is good to be here. All right, brethren, since today is day one of our fast, our fourth annual fast, we are going to begin with the prayer. And we're just gonna let it a little bit of our people to join on to us because we made it clear from the other channel this is the one that we are going to get the prayers on. So we will begin shortly, and after that, we're going to hang out a little, receive some call if somebody want to call and share things and stuff like that. So, and we are going to do this, okay, beloved? All right, we're just gonna give it another minute or two. In the meantime, let me share the tab with the nation concerning the agenda that we have currently for the YouTube thing. See, on this channel I can do this, but on YouTube, on my other channel, I can't do that. Okay, so now starting today, we are going to do the pressure monitoring. Please monitor your blood pressure this morning. Some of you should have already control your blood pressure. And then the 1 million step, you should have already have at least 1,200 step or 2,500 step down. And no white sugar, brethren, no processed sugar. Okay. All right. Which one of you already start the not eating sugar? Which one of you already start the steps? We already have a sister. She is 150,000 step in the making. Okay. No processed sugar, Regin. No processed sugar. No white sugar. Keep it going. You will feel better. It's gonna take some time. It's gonna take some time, but it will. In the long run, it will work. Sister Kim started January 1st. She started it. Yeah. Only if only dark brown sugar, of course, Yosef, and honey. Okay, natural sugar that you find in sweets and fruits, like if you eat banana, mangoes, or whatever the stuff. Yes, the 5,000 step, get to walking. That's what is, brother Peter. Walk. You got to do it. That is if you wish to do that. Now, beloved, we have a fair amount of people in the midst of us. Let us begin with the prayers, okay? And then tomorrow we'll say Psalm 51 as a Thursday. Of course, we will reinstate the Thursday fasting, okay? Let us begin with the prayers, okay? All right. Heavenly Father, great glory unto your name. You that created the heaven and the earth and everything in them. We bow before you. We humble ourselves. We come with great thanksgiving. You had allowed us to be together and see the rising, the revelation of our people. Ever since 2020, we see a great change upon the world. And this change is not man made. This change is not controlled nor orchestrated. This is all you're doing. Thank you for awakening this nation. Thank you for bringing us back unto our former selves. As we may know, or already did know, it's not an easy path. It is very hard, very difficult, and very scary. But you remove the fear of 83 in our midst and put your fear in the midst of us. We say thank you for showing us the confusion of 83. Thank you for showing us that their mouth are shut sealed. There is nothing they can say against this truth. They cannot attack nor do anything. They simply sit and stay mute and receive it. Heavenly Father, as January 21st of 2024 in the Gentiles calendar, Pluto are entering Aquarius. Of course, last time this happened, it was over 240 years ago, during when you gave the rise of the so-called the United States, and you gave unto them great power and great dominion over the earth. As of today, we ask you, the same way that you had made the Gentiles the head and you made us the tail, according to the book of Deuteronomy 28, verse 13, we had violated certain of the policies, laws, and rules that you had. We ask you again with great conviction to return us back to the head and flip the coin and bring the tail to the head and the head to the tail. As it says in the book of Matthew 20, verse 16, the last shall be first, and the first shall be last. We know a lot of us are called, but a few are chosen. As today, Heavenly Father, we are using the energy of Pluto to change ourselves, to change our realm, to change this earth. We pray you, Heavenly One, the earthly mother, to return the land unto us, to swiftly remove the enemies from our land worldwide, whether in the first, second, third, and the fourth part, or even the land below, or the land we are not aware of. We're asking you, Heavenly One, to remove those people from our land. Not only removing them, but completely and utterly remove the blessing from them. The blessing of the sword, the blessing of gold and silver, the riches, the wealth, the knowledge, the cunning, the wisdom. We ask you to strip our enemy from what is rightfully ours. All that has been stolen from our people, we ask you, Heavenly One, to give it back unto us. We ask you, Holy Spirit, Earthly Mother, to all the angels, to all the spirits that are watching over us, to render unto us great health. As of today, our first day of the fast, a lot of us have issues with our blood pressures, diabetes, and all sort of illness and maladies that unforeseen and seen. We ask you to take away all those diseases. We ask you, Heavenly Father, to allow us to tap into the Plutonian energy so we can strengthen our will and finish this fast with great honor and greater conviction. We ask you, Mighty One, to help our beloved brothers and sisters out there, Jews and Gentiles alike that are suffering from addiction, whether it's from substance or food or anything else, to remove this calamity during this 40-day fast. Again, beloved, we are here gathering in front of this great power, humble ourselves so we may receive more wisdom, so we may receive the blessing. Mighty One, as you promised in the book of Genesis 15, verse 14, and after we serve our 400 years, you will give unto us great substance. And we pray you, Holy One, to give unto us those great substance, and give unto our people this great substance, to give unto the Jews, the children that are suffering, the true Israelites of the Bible, the true Atlanteans, this great substance. We beg you to return our so far advanced technology in the midst of us, so we may be able to use our crystals to communicate, to teleportate, to open portals and go wherever we wish, to produce food, to produce any vehicle, so we may travel through the realms, through the planets, to do things that are unimaginary to the profane, but to us that are quite possible. Heavenly One, as today's day one, and we see your work, we admire it, we cherish it, we glorify your name. We say thank you for awakening us. Thank you for everything you've been doing unto us. Thank you everything you do for us and things that you will be doing in the future for us. Selah, so be it. To the Holy Spirit, the earthly mother, we thank you so much, beloved mother, for always being there and cover us with your holy wings. Thank you for being the dove or the dove in the midst of us. Thank you for washing us of our sins and guiding us to the right path. We know without you, we won't know anything from those books and life. Thank you for guiding us through the Esau's Trouble videos, to the books that we are studying, to the everyday life. We see the numbers, we see the signs, we see the things, we understand them on a new order level because you are with us. Please continue of bringing us and give us wisdom, knowledge, and understanding through this life, through this awakening. Selah, so be it. To all the angels, beginning with our guardian angels, thank you for watching over us. It is a miracle that we are still alive. It is a huge miracle. It's a big deal that our people are still walking around. Of what we went through, Jacob's trouble, the Inquisition, chattel slavery, Jim Crowism, the lynching, the civil rights, the police brutality, the crack epidemic, the drug epidemic, the slander, the killing, the poisoning, and we are still here standing. Yes, thank you for watching over us. Thank you for performing your duty, and thank you for guiding us. We take all the major angels, Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, and Metatron, the one that is over all. We thank you for protecting the nation worldwide. We thank all our angels, all the spirits, the four elements, the spirits that live in the fire and the water and the earth and in the air, the salamanders, the undines, the sylphs, fairies, and the gnomes, all of them that are watching and keeping us safe and providing unto us. We said thank you, continue. And in this 40-day fast, we ask all of you to give us knowledge of this energy, the Plutonian energy that we are drawing, connecting to this frequency, so we may arise and become the head again, so we may arise and become first again. Selah, so be it. By the great holy power, the mighty one vested in me, and he can take it anytime he felt like. I leave all of you in peace. Be at peace, beloved brothers and sisters. Great glory to the Most High. All praise to the Most High. All praises to the mighty one. Thank you for being here. The prayer is done. You may go if you wish so. We're just going to spend some time with the family, catch up with certain things. Yes, beloved, today is day one of the fast. There's a lot going on, beloved, a lot. So I wish that I could do this on the main channel, but because of the other channel is black or blacklisted, we had to, I can't share anything with this. Okay. All right. So the phone line is open. Let me put the number right here. All right, the phone line is open, beloved. You may call and do as you wish. Okay, you may call and do as you wish. We're just going to go a little bit. Can everybody see this? Because sometimes the people cannot see it. Let's see, can you guys? Okay, I believe you guys can see it. Yes, beloved, we are going to, thank you. Thank you. We're all going to talk about certain things that are going on out there. But first and foremost, which one of you have not downloaded the 2024 agenda, please? Which one of you have not downloaded? If you have not downloaded, please go to Patreon. It is there on Patreon. We just posted. Which one of you have not downloaded this? Before we move to the, I am assuming everybody that are here, at least that are watching there, have it. So for those of you that have not, let me see if I can get it on Patreon. We had reposted it. Let me see if I can share this. Okay. We have a call. And that's the
Hi,
sister in the meantime. Shalom, beloved sister. What you got for the nation?
shalom, big Levi, shalom, family. Yes. So I'm here in New York, and a lot of things are, unraveling very, very fast. I work in the medical sector in, New York, and I'm not gonna, disclose information, but hospitals are closing down. Beth Israel is closing down. Downstate hospital, which is a state hospital, is closing down. A lot of they're not reporting, but we getting a lot of patients that are no more. Healthcare plans are starting to hold. They starting to lay off a lot of employees because they can't keep up. Medicaid is not paying. A lot of services are being no more. They're cutting a lot of stuff because they're running out of money. And a lot of the patients that I'm telling them, like, I'm trying to, advise them that get reusable stuff and things like that. And their supplies are not coming in as fast. There's a lot of complaints, a lot of hustling, bustling. So this is where I am in the healthcare field, and it's getting really, really bad.
Yes, beloved. Thank you for doing this. Again, for some of you, this shouldn't be a surprise because we talk about the good old Dr. John Campbell, which we're going to take another clip right after we share the PDF concerning the agenda. Dr. John Campbell told you he'd been telling this, but of course he did say those people they are not interested in bringing this to the nation. They are not interested to tell the people the truth. They're just going to slowly let this thing go. Okay. All right. So yes,
Yes.
thank you, beloved. Is that all you want to share
Thank
with us?
you. That's it.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank
Shalom.
you. Thank you. Okay, shalom.
All right.
Okay.
All right, beloved. Okay, let's take this agenda. Then we will go to Dr. John Campbell. This thing is all over the place. All right, they won't report it, just like they didn't report millions of them that perish. And what did they do? They just bring those migrants over there to pad that number. They just bring those migrants to cause chaos because they are no more. They don't care about the land anymore. Okay, they don't care about the land, so that's why they are doing this. Okay, so let us go ahead and see if we can take this thing right here. Let us see if we can share the agenda. Okay. All right. Okay, this is the agenda. Repost 13 hours ago. All right. You can go to our Patreon. You're becoming a member. All right. If you are a free member, you can download this, no issue. But if you're a paid member, you can download this. You can get all the pictures. You can get the lesson and study with us. You can get homeworks, but if you want to get homeworks, you have to be a student, which is $10. And Gravis and Intratemplums, those are special. You get special stuff and special mission. What you hear in the beginning of the video, that was a brother, a member that is above, and he went on the mission and then he fulfilled his mission. Okay, that's what that is. We have to put the work in. Okay, this is our agenda. Okay, the repost right here, and we have the Southern slaves holder, the leisure class we had studied last night, and we have the slaves forced to sell Louisiana territory. If you want to know about the Louisiana Purchase and all that stuff, okay. So we have Charlie. You know, the book, the PDF book, Mein Kampf, which means Mind Struggle. We got Charlie, the book right there. A lot of people download it. Okay. A lot of people like it because Charlie talk about certain things in there. And when you read Charlie's book, he sounds like a black man that's being oppressed by the power. Next thing, those people want to be us so bad. But anyway, we have the myth of equality, the pictures, okay, of the black judges and stuff. And we have the ley line activation instruction through that's for Gravis and above. We give the ley line activation instruction, and we had a Zoom meeting on how to activate the ley line instruction. And we have the stolen land, the second greatest wealth producers. People can see this? Can they see that? I believe they can. They can. Okay, so we have all those good stuff. All right, we have all those good stuff. Now let's see if we can take boy, did I think I did something here. What the? Okay. All right, let's see if we can. Let's see if we can get Dr. Campbell here. There we go. The good was already there. Okay, the good doctor was already there. Okay, let's see what Dr. Campbell say. British Heart Foundation release.
Now going to look at the British Heart Foundation press release from overnight. Now, I did get this directly, and it has been emailed to major news outlets in the UK. It's not available as a reference as yet, but it is what they've sent me. So let's look at that now. That was the graphics for our World in Data website. Check it out for yourself. Completely brilliant website. Early heart disease deaths rise to 14-year high. So early heart disease deaths rise to 14-year high. Quite alarming in younger demographics as well. Over 100,000 excess deaths involving cardiovascular conditions in England since February 2020. Now, this is 100,000 people that have died of cardiovascular disease that we wouldn't expect to die. And that's just of cardiovascular disease. 100,000. And where is the public outcry about this? Where is the saturation coverage on mainstream media?
That's the thing.
Questions in Parliament, yes. And a few more MPs did turn up.
You hear what the good doc said here? He said, where's the outcry? Where is the tumult? Where is that huge noise that in the media usually do about anything that concerning people? 14-year, that's the highest they've seen it. And this is a heart, okay? This is heart only. That has nothing to do with, you know, stroke or getting hit by a car, 988, and so on. This is just heart. And he said this thing is so bad. It was emailed directly unto him. This thing was emailed directly unto him. And it's not available yet. And he said, where's the outcry? Why no one is talking about this? The same thing that the sister that just called said. They keep it very quiet. Well, Biglevi, what those migrants over there, Texas, taking the border back, government abort. We need to focus on that, the border. While those people are quietly, slowly checking out of it. They are quietly checking out of here. Nobody want to say a thing. Nobody want to say anything. A lot of them, their heart just stopped. We told those people, we say, listen, every heat wave that come, it's not a natural heat wave. See, the sun carry particles. The sun carries certain things in them. Whether you come outside in the heat, it will penetrate you and go to your bloodstream and go to your DNA. If your DNA doesn't match, well, if your DNA match wherever they are seeking, it's going to do things to your heart and you're going to be no more. A lot of those people are no more because the sun is taking them out. Yes, of course, they're going to say, well, we're taking ourselves out because we jab ourselves, we do this to ourselves. Oh, hell no, you don't. The mighty one is taking you out. You make it seem to others that there's too much of us. We are depopulating the world because too much. Yeah, none of this nonsense is happening in the so-called Africa. They're not happening in the Caribbean. They're not happening in Brazil and South America, where our people, a lot of them are like the majority. They're not happening here in the black community. It's happening unto you. So you mean you're taking yourselves out? The Holy One is taking you out quietly. And most people are worried about, but Biglevi, you have to understand, the border, the migrant, they are invading us and stuff. Invading us? We were already invaded. You people invaded us since 1492 when you came to the Haitian island, well, the Voodoo Island, we call Haiti. You invaded us. You went to the Holy Temple, you did a bunch of stuff, and now a bunch of things are happening to you. And then like, well, there is 700,000 or whatever truck convoy and buses going to the border. We must defend. That's a huge outcry. I believe our beloved sister Lisa made a video about this. Let's check it. Well, you know what? Let's finish. Let's take another minute of the good DAC, and then we will go to Sister Lisa, okay?
Up to the last debate, thankfully, but it was still only a Westminster Hall debate, not a full chamber debate. When is the British government going to take this seriously? When is the Japanese government going to take this seriously? The American government, Canadian government, Australian government.
Okay, so listen what he said. Brethren, listen again, all right? Listen again to what the good DAC just said here, all right, concerning the thing. Listen to the country that he listed.
Thankfully, but it was still only a Westminster Hall debate, not a full chamber debate.
West.
When is the British government going to take this seriously?
When is the British government, okay? Britain.
When is the Japanese government going to take this seriously?
When is the Japanese?
The American government.
The America.
Canadian government, Australia.
Canada.
Government, Irish government.
Australian, Irish, Ireland.
All the graphics that we've just looked at.
All the graphics that they just looked at. That just told you this thing is only affected primarily those countries, which are primarily 83. The United States, Britain, Japan, China, and Canada, Australia, Ireland. So you people are doing this to yourselves. You are taking yourselves out. You see, 83 can only talk about things they have somewhat some control over, like that border crisis. This is completely man-made. They are orchestrated that to keep your mind away from exactly what's going on. And the good doc is just telling you, when you guys gonna take this seriously? It's really killing our people. It's wiping us out. Remember, notice that he doesn't say anything. Well, when is the African leader going to say something? When is the black community? Where is Al Sharpton? Where is Jesse Jackson? Where is the Black Lives Matter? This thing is killing our black folk over there. Usually black people will make a great tumult. They will make a great noise. They will make a great hoo-ah, outrage. When are you? He didn't say that. He's talking about those guys. They are very quiet. No one wants to say anything about it. Everybody's very quiet. Because the Holy One is doing this to them, and there's nothing they can say about this. Okay, let's take another 30 seconds, then we'll go to the sister and see what's going on.
Heart and circulatory disease cause around a quarter in all deaths in England, 140,000 deaths each year, or 1 in 4 deaths. So cardiovascular disease, quarter of deaths, but increasing and increasing in proportion. Healthcare costs relating to heart and circulatory disease, £8.3 billion each year. Cost to the wider economy of cardiovascular disease, including premature death, disability, and informal costs, 22 billion each year. I mean, this isn't even good economics. This is costing countries a fortune because people that would be productive are dying, apart from the incalculable tragedy to the individual and the family.
Again, what the doc said here is very bad for the economy. But not only that, those people that are being no more are the productive people, or the producers, the people that are working, the people that can work, the people that can support, the one that can vote, the one that are there watching you through the windows and call the police. Hey, there's a black guy walking around. He's agitating and he's very angry. I don't know. I think he broke into some. There's a burglar in the midst. Please send the police. Those are the people. Those are your Karen, your Darren, your Dan. They are being taken out. And no one want to say anything about it. Everybody like, but Big Levi, we need to talk about the border. What about R. Kelly? What about Cat Williams? Cat Williams says something out there, and we need to focus on that. Okay, well, we don't give a crap about what are those people that are being no more, like the Japanese and stuff. Let me show you something. Let me show you something right quick before we go to Sister Lisa. All right, let me see if I can get this right quick. Forgive me, beloved. I'm just looking for some. Okay. Oh boy. There we go. It's gonna take me a little while to get this. I think we're almost there. It's taking me a little bit longer. Oops, sorry. All right, beloved, please give me a 1 if you can see this. And
kids are gradually disappearing in South Korea. These days, it's hard to see them hanging out at playgrounds even during the school breaks.
제가 초등학생 때는 이제 어린이, 애기 친구들이 많았는데 요즘에는 잘 안 보이더라고요. 막 옛날에 막 사탕 들고 막 달리는 그런 시절이 있었는데.
As the country makes headlines with the lowest birth rate in the world, elementary schools nationwide struggled to stay open due to lack of students. And the impact of the dismal birth rate is expected to spread to middle and high schools in the near future. In fact, over the past 10 years, a total of 6 elementary, middle, and high schools have closed down in the capital city of Seoul.
I'm at an Wellington district, but you can no longer call it a school because it was forced to shut down in February last year as it ran out of students. Currently,
So you got South Korea, beloved, okay? They shut down their schools, a lot of their schools, because there's no more children. Okay, this thing, okay. Because there is no more children. Not because, oh, well, Biglevi, you have to understand, it's so expensive over there. Take everything. The rent is expensive, the food is expensive, this is expensive, that is expensive, and people cannot have children. Oh, that's not the cause. Things were always been expensive for us, our people. Yet our kids are all over. The 2/3, the 1/3, whatever you want to call it, we're all over. People acting out as if South Korea, there's a shadow government of black people controlling people over there, raising the prices and making everything hard so they would go down and black people can rise up. People acting like, oh, the Korean government is doing this. When the so-called Korean government, okay, is begging those people to have children. Did you know in North Korea, for instance, North Korea has what you call provinces or prefectures, what you're calling states. Do you know there is a couple states they have no children at all? That's like going in New York, there's no kids. That's like going to Texas, there's no children there. You go to the whole state, there's not one baby there, not one toddler, not one adolescent. Everybody is either a bunch of adults or elderly or senior citizen. And the men over there in South Korea, we talk about this, they are sexually frustrated. It is say 99.99% of public bathroom or public restroom in Korea have hidden camera, and the female one, of course, the men too, and the female one, because the men want to see something. Because why? Porn is illegal over there. So those men, they want to see action, and just in China also. This is not something they are doing to themselves. Exactly. That's why they stop abortions, low birth rate, not because they care about babies. The reason why you see those people always yelling about abortion and stuff, and because it's affecting them. In the 80s and 90s, those abortion clinics, those Planned Parenthood, so to speak, were in the hood. Now they are removing them. Now there is an uproar and outrage. Oh, abortion is so bad. You're killing babies. You're killing. Wait, you people are the same people that was throwing our babies through the alligators. You people are the same people that kill our baby and consume them as a food sources. And suddenly now you guys care about them. Suddenly now you people have a change of mind. Oh, hell no. They are not doing this, brethren. They are not doing this. That's right. They just want everyone to believe they are controlling the narrative. They're not. Yes, they are extremely selfish and fake people. 99% of 83 don't be full. Even the ones that appeal goods are frauds. They are frauds by nature. Oh, we do care about the babies. We need to stop abortion. We need to stop this. Suddenly, you people, there's a great care there. Where were you, abolitionists, or whatever you want to call it, when the time you were taking our children and cut the baby from the mother's belly with your axe and see how sharp your axe is during the time you invaded? Where are you people during the Inquisition when you used to take a giant cauldron and put oil in it and boil our children just for fun? Where are you people? Okay, we have a call here. Shalom, beloved. What you got for the nation? Shalom, beloved. This is WhatsApp. It may not. Hello?
It may not work on WhatsApp.
Beloved, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Go ahead.
This is Sister Campbell Obadike calling from New York, Albany. Brother Big Levi, I'd like to bring to the nation's attention all the things that are happening here in terms of how the Most High is, showing up these people. First of all, one of the main college upstate here in New York, St. Rose, has closed its door for good. My daughter attended that college. That one is closed. Also, the large supermarket chain has closed down. No money. The maternity hospital, one of the maternity hospital here, one of the biggest maternity hospital, has closed. Low birth rate, no birth. And to make matters worse, downtown Albany here, there used to be, when I got here 6 years ago, there used to be bustling and hustling of people going about to work, even want to push you down when you're walking on the sidewalk. It's a ghost town now. So this is what is happening. I couldn't believe it, because at the moment, things are not what it is. They're making it to be. And it's very, very bad, because even the migrants that they brought here, they're bringing them in an area where they said that people don't want to work, but it's because people are missing. They don't want to report that. And thirdly, or fourthly, I went to the museum, the Albany Institute Museum on Saturday last. And I was kind of upset, because I didn't really want to go in there. I always pass this place and I don't want to go in there because I know what they were portraying. But I accompanied my daughter there. And my goodness, when I got there, the only representation of Black people being around in Albany was a small boy standing beside a white girl, the Rensselaer family, one of the big family that was in Albany all this time. That was the only representation of Black slave boy that was attending to those people in Rensselaer in that museum. They totally paper genocide. All the artists, nothing in that museum in Albany that represented Black that was occupying that place. They even changed the landscape, pushed down all these buildings, these great machines, buildings that was here in Albany, changed the landscape to show that they were the ones that were always there. Now, the Most High is showing them up. The Most High is showing them up. I don't know why they're still holding on to power. I don't know, but I guess our prayers are really working, because right now, even jobs that were not supposed to be even for Black people around here, they are getting the jobs if they want it, and they don't really want it because they don't intend to follow the same situation that they have done to them. So the situation here look dismal, but I have all hope, because I know what is happening because of the awareness that this channel brings. I know.
Thank you, beloved. Thank you for sharing this with the nation.
Thank you.
Shalom. Yes, brethren, this thing is real. The colleges are closing down. A lot of stuff are closing down. And we see the death in the news, brethren, okay? The low birth rate. A year ago, we shared something down there in Fort-Lauderdale where they closed one of those maternity ward. Brother Big Judah shared it on his community page because no more of their babies are being born. And they are not being born. We will go into a little bit further, okay? Let's continue with this. Then, of course, we'll take Sister Lisa, okay?
It's being used as a parking lot and a workout facility for residents.
A total of 62 students attending this 40-year-old school were sent to nearby schools in March of last year. Since then, the schoolyard has remained, for the most part, empty and is enclosed by a tall green fence.
어느 날 지나가다 보니까 그동안 감사했습니다. 난 저게 무슨 말인고 했어요. 왜 그랬더니 폐교가 된다고. 학생 수가 적어서 기존에 있던 학생들은 다른 데로 전학을 가고 올해부터 폐교가 된다. 이런 말 듣고 저도 깜짝 놀랐습니다. 서울에서 이런 일은 처음이지 않나. 저도 여기서 산 지가 한 3년, 3, 4년 되어 가는데 노인네들밖에 없어요, 지금은.
이런 현상을 보면 또 어떤 생각이 드세요?
지금 모든 것은 인구가 제일 중요하지 않습니까? 그래서 국가에서 계속 인구 정책을 많이 쓰는 이유는 그 나라를 움직이고 그다음에 존립하는 그 기준은 사람이라고 저는 생각이 됩니다. 인구가 없으면 나라가 없는 거죠. 그래서 지금 심각하다.
According to the Korean Educational Development Institute, 1 in 10 elementary schools across the country has less than 30 students amid the continually falling birth rate. The number of schools with less than this number of enrolled students has increased by 72 in just a year.
한 반에는 몇 명이 있어요?
23명이나 24명?
저희 반 18명. 많은 친구를 사귀면 뭔가 부담감도 생길 것 같은데 오히려 적어도 좋은 것 같아요.
저희 학교는 대충 1000명 조금 넘는 것 같아요. 학년당은 한 70여 명 정도밖에 안 돼요. 저희 주변에 어린이집이 있는데 거기도 예전에는 더 어린 아이들이 많았는데 지금은 거의 다 한 7살 정도? 확실히 최근 들어서 애기들이나 어린애들이 덜 보이고 좀 더 큰 애들이 많이 보이는 것 같아요.
This is not just a birth rate issue, experts say. The education system itself might implode if things don't turn around soon. More and more teachers will lose their jobs, and the country's huge private education industry will feel the pinch as well. Amid the growing sense of crisis over the population decline, the government has redoubled its effort to arrest this trend with such incentives as more paternity leave and preferential housing benefits for families with newborns. Despite such measures, there's a growing sense of pessimism that these will not be enough to stem the dire situation that's getting worse every year.
Now, you just hear it. Let me put the sister sick for the sister. Oops. See what the sister had here. She recently had a video. Again, I don't like to. Yeah, that's the truck convoy. Okay. The whole migrant things over there. You know, the welfare. You know, illegal immigrant and stuff. So let's take this.
It's a big convoy of trucks. Now, these are MAGA trucks, and they are called Army of God, headed towards the southern border. As experts warn, the crisis is likely to get even worse after a record number of 302,000 migrants crossed over into the U.S. So a lot of people seem to think this is a big deal. Personally, I don't. So far, y'all don't do nothing to these migrants. You don't. They are running amok here in the U.S. And on top of committing crimes, they're getting paid by this U.S. government. Can you imagine that? You are committing crimes and you're getting paid, and nobody will put you behind bars but for maybe a day, and that's it. And the vast majority of them are saying they are not coming here to work. So anyway, a massive convoy of truckers are making their way to 3 migrant hotspots.
Okay, so that's as far as we'll take this. Okay, like the sister said, you guys are not doing anything for this. You're not doing any stuff. You're letting those people hear you acting. This is all an act. Oh, we are so pissed off about those migrants. Well, okay, yeah, 300 to 2,000 of you go out there and try to be like, we are MAGA protecting America. Well, yeah, what about the birth rate? What about all those people that are no more because of heart things? What about a lot of them that are no more because of everything that happened to them? Why'd you guys don't go over there and then do that thing and say, okay, something is killing our people. We have 700,000 trucks over there and we're protesting whatever the government, whatever people are doing to our people. No, you won't do that because you're not in control of it. Okay, that's what I wanted to bring to the nation. All right, we have one of our beloved brother in the chart in the phone, and let's take him, and then after that we will go ahead. Beloved, go ahead. What you got for the nation?
Shalom, family. I just kind of wanted to emphasize on the energy on this side of the coast, on the West Coast. So the whole thing over in China with dealing with Evergrande, how they collapsed a lot of stuff over here. Now the $5 challenge is definitely going to come in handy when what's happening right now is like a lot of businesses are closing down, especially in the Asian community. The population is completely dead right now.
Yes.
From Northern California to Southern California, the fact that the businesses are closing down, the defaults have risen exponentially. So you got the Olympics coming out here real soon. So a lot of business. The foreclosureradar.com. People should look up that. But it has an opportunity to be able to like we're doing with the $5 challenge. We've been looking at property. I've been looking at it out here. It's definitely with the businesses. Can't wait to get my Dawson rods because now I've been walking around. I've been across this whole city. So much energy is going on. And then I'm looking at like what you say with the ley lines. I'm seeing them spray so much stuff in the air. I mean, it's cloudy over right now, but it's an interesting time right now that I'm seeing with a lot of the businesses out here right now. They're closing down, and y'all just keep that in mind. So I just want to share that.
Thank you, beloved. Thank you for sharing that. Shalom.
Shalom.
Yes. For those of you who don't know, China Evergrande. Let's see if we can get a video of China Evergrande's liquidate assets. Okay, let's see. Let's take this one. I don't really talk about China anymore because, of course, brethren. Okay, let's share.
Embattled Chinese real estate giant Evergrande has been ordered to liquidate by a court in Hong Kong. Our Eunice Yoon joins us this morning from Beijing with the latest. Hi, Eunice.
Hey, Carl. Well, a Hong Kong judge literally said enough is enough. The judge agreed with the creditors that the struggling property giant has had ample opportunity to come up with a debt restructuring plan. Shares of Evergrande-related stocks were halted, but even before that, the share price on a report that the company had conversations with foreign creditors, but that those 11th hour conversations had broken down. Now, investors have been carefully watching this saga involving the struggling property giant with its $300 billion in liabilities and wondering what's going to happen after 2 years. It's still very unclear what this ruling is going to mean. The company itself, especially the CEO, had issued a statement saying that he was sorry about the winding up order and that the company would ensure home deliveries and promote normal operations. Now, separately, the CEO told a local paper that the Hong Kong order only affects the specific listed companies. Now, I managed to.
All right, let me tell you what's going on here. I'm pretty sure most of you, if not all of you, hear about that fiasco concerning, well, the Chinese, they are buying the real estate, they are buying everything. California, China already bought California, China already bought this, China already bought that, China, all this garbage. China gonna be the next superpower and stuff. Again, like I said, I stopped talking about China because I already know what the mighty one was doing to them. So when you have all those wealthy Chinese, okay, they invest their money in real estate. A lot of them stay in China. A hell of a lot of them are here. So they buy a lot of properties. So, and they just sit on them and waiting for some market. You see, you can only have a real estate boom with the population boom. If your population, the birth rate is declining, we'll go a little bit into that, you cannot have a real estate boom. A lot of people are comfortably sleeping in their car, ahead of a lot more comfortably sleeping with their parents in their cars. A lot of people go back. I don't blame anyone out there. In fact, I would advise, if you can't pay your rent, you can't afford anything, your parents will let you sleep in the basement and let you sleep. So go back there, save your money. It's time for you to starve those people. What we are doing here, this is our effect on them over there in China. We are starving them. People are thinking, well, where do you think all those Chinese get their businesses? You think they get their business in white communities? All those Chinese food, you think they're getting them in their white communities? All those products, you think it's so-called white folks are buying them? Mostly it's all people are producers, the consumers. And we don't buy those things anymore. That's why this stuff fall and then it hit his face. Now, a lot of those guys that own Wall Street houses, they are liquidating everything now, because they can't make any money. We are not buying their stuff. You know, we're saving our money and we don't get involved with their things. And above all, their population are declining. Now, why is that, brethren? Of course, one thing I want the nation to know here, you will not repeat what those people, let me see this thing. You will not repeat what those people are repeating out there. What do they are repeating? Well, the birth decline, the birth rate plummeted because everything is so expensive. Oh yeah, who's controlling everything? Well, we don't know. That's the thing. That's a mystery. We don't know who control everything. That's a false, that's a huge, a bold-faced lie. This thing is declining for many reasons. One, there is a big difference between semen and sperm. We had talked about this, beloved sister Lisa had a video 4 years ago, I believe, that talk about how their sperm are dying, not their semen, their sperm actually reverted back. Their testosterone are reverting back into estrogen. Let me just stop this right quick. There we go. There's a big difference between sperm and semen. 95, when the men emit, when there is the man commit an emission, so to speak. When the man commit an emission, what you're seeing is 95% semen and 5% sperm. And that 5% sperm, there is billions of sperm in there. That we are talking about a very healthy man. Okay. Now, the semen job is to protect the sperm. The semen is mostly white in color and appearance. When a man emits, the semen protect. It's like a corded substance, a corded fluid. So when the semen envelop the sperm, to protect it when it fell inside of the oven, because inside is somewhat very acidic. So when it's traveled to reach inside of the oven walls to reach the cervix, and and the semen will deliver the sperm to the egg, and the semen will enter the egg, and then it will form what we are calling the babies, and the life started to get along and things like that. Boom, 9 months later, the baby is born. But the problem is, beloved, those men that they have over there, whether in Seoul, South Korea, Japan, and China, all over the world, even here, they do not produce enough semen. Well, enough sperm. Their sperm are dying. 95% of semen, but the 5% sperm is dead. The sperm don't wiggle. You don't see them wiggling, try to swim. They just died. When the moment they put them under the microscopic device and they are watching them, the sperm is dead. Thank you, sister. Like a yolk of an egg. The yolk is the yellow part. The white part protect the yolk, but the yolk is dead. It's not. It died even before it came. Before the men emit. Before the emission, this thing is dead. There's nothing they can do. Most of them is dead. Now, a lot of people, they have the misconception, which is they have the misconception of when a man emits, it's supposed to look like what they see in the movies or the pornographic things they are having. That's not what it is. A healthy sperm is supposed to be a little bit more on the yellow side because the sperm is much more of a yellow. The semen is white. It's not supposed to be purely white. It's supposed to be yellow. A healthy sperm, a sperm that is super potent, supposed to be on the yellow side. And you don't produce, men don't produce sperm that quickly. They produce semen quickly. Now, again, like we explained it before, when a man, that's why there's a rage about now to get our black men to get vasectomy. Oh, well, the black woman think she can use the children to entrap you. Black man is better. You better. Single life is the best. Don't have children because, you're going to spend $300,000 on a child. You might as well spend this on you. Kids going to ruin your life and stuff. That's what they're promoting to our people, to our culture. Excuse me. That's what they are doing. Because they can have, why can't you? They realize in the sperm of the black man, it's very potent. What you are seeing in those movies or those pornographic clips are nothing but semen. They are not sperm. Why? Because a lot of those dudes, they had vasectomy. What is a vasectomy? In short, they cut the testicle line because that's where the sperm from, not the semen. The semen come from another place. The sperm come from the testicle line. They cut them. Now, when the man emits when the emission happen, there is no sperm at all, only semen. And the semen is nothing. It's just some form of, I don't know, protein, for lack of a better word. That's why you see in those movies, either the woman consume it or they just spill it all over. And then our people that are watching think, this is how this thing work. It's not. You see, those men can get women pregnant. Semen cannot get a woman pregnant. When the semen fell inside of the oven, even if it reached the egg, there's no sperm in it, which means there's no life in it. What you're watching in those movies or you are accustomed to see are not the real thing. Yes, vasectomy will greatly reduce your performance because as a man, beloved, I really don't like to go over there, but let me read what the sister said. An ex of mine had a vasectomy and couldn't perform anymore because it inhibited your male animalistic way. There's something, that's why when they are doing castration to our brethren, when doing slavery, when they castrate our brethren, there's nothing they can do. And then the black male castration is not by just removing his testicles, removing the whole genital, make him into a woman, remove everything. That's the type of thing they used to do to our brethren. When a man get a vasectomy, there is not that apex predator in him. And thank you, the primal urges. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. The urges, the natural urges in him diminish. There's the drive, there's some excitement in the man, although you really don't want to get this woman pregnant. You're like, okay, well, when I'm about to admit, hey, I'll blast outside. There is like something that keep you focused, like I'm focused. But when you know you can't get this woman carried, pregnant, something die in you. Your testosterone things die in you. It just die. And then you just like, whether I got it in, I got it out, it won't matter. So you do, yes, you become docile. That's why those men in Japan, brethren, they're very docile. People are saying, well, the Japanese, they're very polite people. No, the men are very pacifist. They are very docile, very cool, because they don't have sperm in their semen. Does that make sense for people? Because sometimes I think it makes sense in my head, and then when I said it out there, everybody's confused. Is that making sense to the people? They are not. Of course, they will blame the women and say, "Well, you women are barren, you are infertile, you are this." No, when the fact is, most of this time, it's the men that is very infertile. This is not a work they are doing, brethren. We're going to keep repeating this. This is not something they have control over. Something, the moment a man is not able to emit sperm that can produce life, life is taken out of this man. He has no desire to completely to live anymore. By nature, men don't live for themselves. They live for their family. They live for not the clout, but they live for the honor. They live for the dignity. They live for when they walk around, they see this man over there. He did some real good Haitian. His children or those kids, they live for that. The moment you cut that from the man, you remove the life from him. A man is by birth, by nature, a producer, and you give things out there. The women carry, the women nurse, the men give, he protect, he go out there, he get himself killed before he die, he give the money or whatever to the woman. That's his job. But they change that because they see how people are getting ahead. They changed his job. They flipped everything. They give the man the carry. They give the woman the going out there and get herself killed, barely made it to the battlefield. When you inhibited a man, you go to his quote unquote his boys. You cut the ligament. You cut the lines. You cut a very special connection this man have with the mighty one. You cut a connection from this man in life itself. Some men have children. They're like, hey, I don't want to have any more children. I'm getting this stuff. They went and snipped. But some men snip because they are afraid of getting kids, because if they get kids, it will ruin your life. Let me tell you something to those men out there. You won't believe the superpower that you have in you, that when you have a child, you will start thinking differently. You will do things like, I don't think I couldn't do this. You will find a way. I'm not encouraging any man to go out there and blast inside this oven and then blame Biglevi for this child. That's not what that is. If you want my approach, my suggestion, if you don't want to have a child, you don't want to have a child, but do not go in your natural body that the Most High gave you and snip it and disconnect yourself from the natural spiritual realm. You don't do that. You don't disconnect yourself out of fear. There are certain things that will activate in you when you're a mother. There are certain things that will activate in you when you're a father. Those things are naturally in you. So certain natural instinct, just like an animal, a wild animal. You can take a lion born in your house. You can take a tiger born in your house. You domesticated this tiger. But at one point, there's this animalistic, there's this thing in it. It's born with it. You can take it out. The moment something happens, it will activate. So those men that they are talking about, those 83, well, I have this thing in my head. I couldn't hear well. Those 83 men that you're seeing out there are inhibited. There's nothing they can do. They don't have that drive. They don't want it. And they are pushing these things to a hell of a lot of our men and women. Well, women should really focus on their career and do stuff and things like that. Men, don't do anything, party, drink, and save your money, become a high value man. But no man ever told you, well, but what if you lost some of that value? Because anything of value, like a car, the value can increase and decrease. Real estate value increase and decrease. Excuse me. Money value increase and decrease. A lot of those high value men, when their value decreased, and then they went berserk. Again, I'm not encouraging anybody out there not to get a vasectomy or not to have not to have children. No, I'm telling you to go get. I want you to watch and make the decision for yourself. Don't make any decision based on fear or some dude saying anything on YouTube like I'm doing right now. Or a bunch of people talking about, well, I'm getting a passport and go in another place and get some cookies. Do you know how lame that is? That's like the most working men out there. You can get anything here. You have to travel to another place to get some. That's like, yo, man, I don't blame this. Hey, I may want to get some of that. Hey, go get some of that cookies over there. They're giving it for free or whatever, giving it for a certain percentage of money. Hey, go get yours. That's what that is. But beloved, let's focus on the so-called 83, why they are going down. That's for the men, all right? Are we clear on this? That's for the men, okay? They're men by nature. Their sperms are dead. They don't produce sperms. They produce semen. Now, you know the difference between semen and, of course, sperm. The men, they are producing semen, no sperm. And the one that produce sperm, the 5% sperm, remember the semen only have 5% sperm in it. It's like 1 or less than 1%. They can't get this thing in there and stuff. And not to mention the one that can actually get a woman pregnant, and they wear the cowboy hat, and then they wear the cowboy badge, and then they wear the cowboy boots, and all the riding that mechanical bull. So those dudes are not interested in that oven, sir. They're interested in that exit sign. Those are the guys that enter the woman through the back door. Those are the dudes they want for the army. They're like, hey man, we need the army of you guys. I'm not in the army, sir. Call me a master butcher. I like to get into the butcher shop and look at those huge salami hanging from the ceiling. Those dudes that go to one party, the sausage party, the sausage fest, the sausage festival. Those dudes don't consume bakery. I don't like sugar. I like salt. Yeah, those are the guys. And those dudes are not interested in that. Nothing wrong with them because they are 83. They're not interested in this thing, man. Those dudes like, hey, I'm all about that chocolate, man. I don't want any vanilla. Chocolate, man. Chocolate, like SpongeBob and Patrick say, with or without nuts. With nuts, of course. That's what those dudes are into. But we're done with those guys. Now, they're women. Somebody mentioned in the comment board that suddenly there's an urge, there's a need for swirling, things are becoming much more easier for a certain group of the skin color guys and the women over there coming in. Hey, spreading ego, let's fly. That thing. So a lot of the women are just removing the door from the bakery. There's no door here, and there's a huge sign that say enter at your own will. So a lot of things going on, but then things will become much more easier and certain things, and then certain men are becoming prime real estate, so to speak. Of course, beloved, I do not want to get into the thing like how men look like, hey, you need money to purchase houses and stuff like that. But anyway, what's going on with the women? Of course, beloved, we know famously in the Bible, in the good book, where the mighty one can close a woman wound. Okay, again, most of like a hell of a lot of the time, this woman womb is not closed. It's the men that do not have the sperm to perform and give whatever that women need to get. So what's going on with the women? See, the so-called 83 women are just as guilty as the men. They share pretty much the same thing, and they share the same fate. Now, what gets a woman pregnant? Okay, what is it like? How does a woman become more fertile? A woman become more fertile the moment she reach maturity, so to speak, the moment she have her first cycle, the moment she reach womanness, the womanhood, whatever that age, she become fertile. Okay, now her fertility will decrease with age. The older she get, the amount of eggs a woman there is I'm not quite sure how many eggs she has in her life. 100,000 eggs or through the life, or what is it? Oh, okay. Hey, that thing. How many eggs? Let me look at the results and this stuff right there. Let's look at that thing. Where was it? Okay. Let me share this with the nation. There we go. This should be here. Everybody doing all right, beloved? I don't want to keep you for too long. Is the nation good? Okay, the prayer was done an hour ago. You can go ahead and do whatever you want. Are we good? Should we keep on moving? How many eggs does a woman have in her life cycle? How many eggs does a woman have in her lifetime? Lifetime, right there. Because many eggs start to develop but die off before being ovulated, a woman goes through roughly 300,000 to 400,000 eggs in their reproductive years, but only ovulates 300 to 400 eggs. The average women's run out of eggs and start menopausing around the egg of 52. Okay, everybody see this? All right, we're good. Let's continue. All right. We're doing good because I don't really want to keep the nation as today's COCAV. We really don't want that. So now, when it comes to the woman, she has to ovulate it to produce the egg, and she ovulated 300 to 400 times in her life. That is if she reached from the day she reached her womanness and she reached puberty, what we are calling this child reached puberty, where this young woman have her cycle, their first cycle, then it started. Okay, until she reached her last cycle, so to speak, around the 50s. That's depend on the woman. Some women can give birth in the 60s, 70s. Okay, Rebecca gave birth when she was 99 something, and I believe she died. One of Jacob's wife, pretty much at this time, our women can give birth at any age. However, we are talking about the average 83 women here. Now, when in this lifetime, excuse me. There you go. When the woman in her lifetime and this life cycle are producing eggs, here's the thing. Let's say a woman by the age of 12, she reached puberty, she reached womanness. So by the age 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Those are the prime ages where she can give birth. She's very fertile. 18, 17, 18, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Those are the, remember, the more there's those women are approaching these 52, it's decreasing. And let's say those, most of the women, of course, the garbage they fed our women, they are now eating the same garbage. Our women, the Hebrew woman is very fertile. They know that, but they know women by nature, there is a timeline for them. So they made our men focus on nonsense, things that bring them no value. When they are there, there's nothing that they can remember them by. There's nothing they can be proud of except saying, well, I had a good job, and stuff. So those 83 women, once they start reading the age of 30, their ability to produce eggs are not the same. And the eggs that they produce cannot, it's pretty much similar to the men. The eggs are either infertile, the eggs is there, but when the sperm enter the eggs, it can produce because the eggs is infertile. It's another word, the eggs is dead. Okay, another word, the eggs is dead. The egg is there's a proper medical term for this. I'm not quite sure with what the term, if there's any medical person in the midst, and they can let us know. The egg cannot fertilize. Although if the man is fertile, when the sperm reach the egg, it can go on. I read somewhere between 16 27 women are most fertile. Agreed. See, that's why those people, they put a cap on the age where women can give birth. They put a cap on that age. Again, I do not like to discuss those things because most people are so brainwashed, they'll think you are talking about some pedophilic thing and stuff. So this is just for, well, not medical. This is just for intellectual things, okay? They put a cap on that, okay? So what happened is, brethren, when it comes to maturity, the man and the women body work differently. They're not the same thing. They work differently. The woman will become more appearance, and appearance the woman will mold. And then the woman, there are certain things she cannot perform or get into. When you have a group of women that reach their womanness, and you are making them doing push-up, sit-ups, especially women with abs, you're decreasing their reproductive ability. Women are not supposed to have abs and muscle in their belly, point blank, period. This can develop in certain bone disease. A woman are not supposed to get involved with rigorous workout and things because her body is very precious and very fragile. A woman are not supposed to get involved in a sport where she's getting punched in the belly or kicked in the belly. Her belly is a laboratory. It's a very precious, delicate, very complicated things, a woman's belly, her uterus. And there are certain food this woman cannot consume because it will go into her ovaries and cause cancers and cause all sort of things. That's why a lot of women, or women in general, are getting ovarian cancer because there are certain food will go in there because they designed them to do this and cut this woman's ability to have children. You cannot take, there are certain things women are not supposed to get involved with. Working every day. This will degrade, this will bring you up very low. What? Stress. Yes, the proper medical term is osteoporosis, the women that having abs and walking around like dude having abs, and the men that having abs, no fat, you can't keep that thing up. Because to get this thing up, it need blood, it need heat, and heat come from fat. You need some fat in there. Not too much though. You need fat in there to keep this thing up. It's like a lot of dudes, those bodybuilders, they can stand up, not for long. They will stand up and sit down. And if you have too much fat, it is even worse. Again, beloved, the woman wound is a very a woman wound is analogous to the universe. You cannot destroy. This is a very special things that cannot be duplicated. Out of all things that are so difficult to make is the female body. Man body is very easy to understand, but the female body remains a mystery. Why? Because it brings life. Why? Life is a mystery. The female body is analogous to the earth. The earth is the most mysterious element of all because it has all the elements in there. Certain things are not supposed to get inside of a woman's oven. Certain substance cannot get in there. Certain things you're not supposed to insert in there. When you do, you literally you're not cancel out, but you disturb the natural order that this thing had. You disturb it. There are certain things you're not supposed to let dropped in there, certain foreign sperm, so semen, so to speak. And those Gentiles women they are good at that. Get non-human semen inside of the oven. And once it reached there, it contaminated, it literally messed up the balance. A lot of those women cannot get pregnant because they put something that non-human stuff in there and bunch of other weird stuff in there. You disturb the natural flora, yes. The natural energy that you have in you, you disturb it. There are, you see, when we told you getting pregnant is an act of God. It's not easy to get pregnant. To certain women, it's, oh, this is so easy. But getting pregnant is the act of God. And there are certain spirit and angel that are here with you that will help you get pregnant. There are certain acts as a woman, you perform it, those spirits just get away from you. They just fled. Yeah, they evade. They left. Same thing go for the men. They left. Certain men, a woman slept with this woman is cursed forever. Certain act a woman perform with another woman, you curse because they vacate, they just leave you because what you've done, you disturb the natural order of this thing. That's why a lot of 83 cannot get pregnant. And they are promoting a lot of those behaviors in the midst of all women so they can copy and do not have children or become pure, saint. A woman is always pure, whether she have children or on her, quote unquote, her womanness, she's always pure and she should remain pure. The only time she's impure is she go out there and do something impure and she will be impure mostly forever. That's why we have the bath, the sunshine, the shining star, the shining bath, and get your shining bath. The getting the shining bath and lock up your shining bath. That's why 83 women cannot get pregnant. And women's cycle for women to get pregnant, you have to watch the cycle, the ovulation period. A lot of people think it's easy to get pregnant. It's not. The women's eggs are dead, the men's sperm are no more. So you got the dead getting with the dead, nothing can be produced. Two dead person cannot produce life. Two life depraved person cannot give birth to life. You need life to get with life and produce life. That's why a lot of them are getting close to our men, because they want to produce life. That's what's going on with them. And the term of, well, not medical term, but natural term. But in the mystical realm, beloved, you know the sun, which are one of the primary things that are destroying those people, carry particles, molecules, atoms, things that are in the femto realm, things that are below the plankton, things that are very small. And whenever it penetrates those women and they go in their DNA, and if they are not the target, well, if they are the target, they will be destroyed. A lot of those men and women have no drive. They have no hope for life. The blessing is gone. Mostly, if not everything those people used to do is based on the blessing. The moment the blessing is gone, they don't want to do anything. I don't want to go out there and do party and do, except for drugs. Yeah, I don't want to go out there and get big and stuff like that. And I'm staying home and, get that drugs and stuff. That's how they're pushing this thing upon our men and women. There's an introvert wave going on out there, making introvert cool. No, it's not cool, man. Staying inside and don't communicate with people for the rest of your life is not cool. There are sometimes require you don't need to be around people. You home, you stay with yourself, you meditate and stuff. Yes. A lot of our people here are introvert, yet they love being in the midst of us here. Communicate, listen, talking, and sharing. But the ikikomoris of Japan and all those other guys that stay home and never get out, the shut-ins, are not introvert. You're cursed. You guys are cursed because it's the curse that the Mighty One had put on you. Most of us don't want to be around people that there's nothing you can draw with this person. You sit in a group of people or gathering, you learn nothing. Never sit in a group of a gathering that you're the smartest person there. That's a huge issue. You want to learn when you're in a group of people. Hey, I learned something from this guy. I learned something from this girl. I learned something today. Something valuable. Something meaningful above all. You're in a group with a bunch of people. They are talking about the same thing. Sport, R. Kelly, Cat Williams, Beyonce, Kim Kardashian, and all the other scumbags out there. Please tell me something that I don't know. Give me something that either I do know and I'm shocked, or I realize somebody else knows these things. That's cool. But when the family get together, we read books, we talk about things. Where did I put my book? I was reading this thing just 2 nights ago. There we go. Talking about sharing knowledge and wisdom. Everyone blames his memory. No one blames his judgment. Maxim 89. This is for you to reflect upon. In the intercourse of life, we please more by our faults than by our good qualities. Maxim 90. This is for you to reflect on. The largest ambition has the least appearance of ambition when it meets with an absolute impossibility encompassing its object. Maxim 91. Reflect on that. Think about it. Ponder upon it. It is more disgraceful to distrust than to be deceived by our friends. Maxim 84. Ponder upon that. Think about it. Truth does not do as much good in the world as its counterfeit do evil. Maxim 64. Ponder upon it. Think about those things. Fortune turns all things to the advantage of those on whom she smiles. Maxim 60. Ponder upon those things. Think about them. Self-love is the greatest of flatterers. Maxim 2. Reflection. Self-love is the greatest flatterer. If you're looking for flattery in others, you're looking for others to validate, or what they are calling now attention whore. That's the greatest, the best attention whore is when you pay attention to yourself and you whore after yourself. Reflect upon that. Ponder, meditate. Do you have self-love? Or do you want your love to come from others? Or you out there seeking that clout, whoring yourself to social media and all these other things? What we term virtue is often but a mass of various actions and diverse interests, which fortune or our own industry manage to arrange, and it is not always from valor or from chastity that men are brave and women chastised. Whatever discoveries have been made in region of self-love, there remain many unexplored territories there. See, the biggest, the best teacher of all is the one that you look in the mirror. Every time you look in the mirror, you're looking at the best and the greatest teacher. In this period of time, we ask our people to show love to yourself, self-love. Some of you been showing too much love to others, and all you got in return is quite the opposite. Disrespect, hypocrisy, hurtfulness, so to speak. But you never take this time to love yourself and appreciate yourself. When you take 1 million steps, when you take 10,000 steps, you're showing self-love. When you lower your blood pressure, this is self-love. When you get together with the family, you share knowledge, because we're all information sharer. In other words, we're all wisdom sharer, knowledge sharer. This is self-love. You have to start loving yourself, man. And hey, this is not being selfish, but I'm doing me right now. Not in a selfish, hectic way, but you're loving yourselves. You know what? I'm showing myself some love. This year, I'm going to lose 10 pounds. And you start working on it. Ideas are worthless without action. Big Levi, I want to participate in the 40-day fast. Okay, today's day 1. I forgot about it. I'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow coming, I'll start like the next day. Ideas or ideals are worthless without action. What we are doing today right now, we are taking action. We are here. We are fasting. A lot of us don't eat. My mother's cooking here. The food, the smell is really getting to me. But I so restrained. I'm not going to violate my oath. I'm not going to violate my vow. And a lot of you are doing this. Some of you even working in restaurant. You're cooking, making the food. Yet you show self-control, which is another word, self-love. Should we continue, beloved? We are approaching the 2 hours. Should we continue? Maxim and reflection. Are you reflecting? Are you thinking? Are you meditating? Are you pondering? Self-love is more cunning than the most cunning men in the world. Anybody care to elaborate? You can call, brethren. You can call and elaborate on one of those maxims that we're talking about. Self-love is more cunning than any cunning man in the world. Once you start showing self-love to yourselves. Care about yourselves. Care about your internal organ. Do you know how fragile your heart truly is? Do you know how much you put your heart through by doing the things that you're doing? The abuse. We are the greatest abusers of our body. It's not other people, it's us. Do you know how much abuse that you're doing to your liver, the greatest, hardest working organ and internal organ? Do you know how much abuse you're doing to your skin, your largest organ? Those are very delicate and fragile things. Do you know how much abuse you're doing to your lungs? They are screaming, stop, you are killing us. Do you know how much abuse you are doing to your kidneys, your pancreas? Show them some love. Apologize to them because they are alive. They are real. They can talk. They've been talking to you. You simply don't listen because you do not love yourself. You care about other things, but when you start loving yourself, you will have pity and mercy upon your own heart. You will have pity and mercy upon your lungs. You will have pity and mercy upon your liver, your intestine, your genitals, yourself, your mind, your brain, because you have self-love. The duration of our passion is no more depending upon us than the duration of our life. What's your passion? What is the duration of your passion? The duration, let me read it again for you. Maxims 5. The duration of our passion is no more dependent upon us than the duration of our life. Which one of you here know your birth date? And which one of you know your death date? Which passion do you have? How long do you have to express those passions, to explore them, to exploit them? It depends on your duration of your life. Reflect, ponder, meditate. Passions often renders the most clever men a fool, and even sometimes render the most foolish men clever. What is your passion? Be careful with passion. Certain passion will make you into a fool. But sometimes even the most clever men got too much and too deep into his passion and become a fool. Maxim and reflect, ponder, meditate. Are we thinking? Our passions are making us into a clever men and women, or we are into fools. Are you passionate about the mighty one? Are you passionate about wisdom and knowledge? Thus, you should be a wise person, a wise man. When one is passionate about something, let's say knowledge and wisdom, they'll do anything. They'll follow, they'll do stuff because they want to learn more. That's a passion. That's a good thing. But there are certain other passions. If you have those passions, you are a very well smart person, well respected, but those passions render you into an animal. They render you into a fool man because you dive into, choose your passion. That's the word. Choose your poison. It's poison. Some poison will kill you over a long period of time, and some poison will kill you at once, immediately. Maxims 7. Great and striking actions which dazzle the eyes are represented by politicians as the effect of great design, instead of which they are commonly caused by the temper of the passions. Thus, the war between Augustus and Antony, which is set down to the ambition they entertain of making themselves masters of the world, was probably but an effect of jealousy. For those of you that are aware or knowledgeable of Augustus and Antony, those two emperors, it was nothing but jealousy, because 83, that's what they do. They are people that are born and raised and molded by jealousy, and they'll conquer, well, not conquer, they will swagger, jag, rob, steal, and rape and rob everything, and because of jealousy. They're jealous of you, they're jealous of all land and stuff. The passions are the only advocates which I'll always persuade. They are a natural art, the rules of which are infallible. And the simplest men with passion will be more persuasive than the most eloquent without. You need passion. All of you need some type of passion in your life. Now let me read this again. Maxim 8. The passions are the only advocate which allows persuade. They are a natural art, the rules of which are infallible, and the simplest men with passion will be more persuasive than the most eloquent without. Beloved, when we say the simplest men, they meant, well, not the most stupidest, but the less somewhat educated fellow, but he had a passion. But his passion, he can use this passion and become very persuasive because he's so passionate about this thing. And you got this man that is well educated, well eloquent. He cannot persuade you because he doesn't have a passion for this. Another word, interest. That person is not, there is not that much interest and attention put into this. Reflect, think, ponder, and meditate. What is your passion? See, they remove the passion from our people. Well, I would say not completely remove. I would say they reverse the passion. The passion of learning and traveling and get together and philosophy is turned into clout, twerking, attention, and all the backwardness, celebrity garbage, and gossip. That's their passion. What is yours? What is your interest? Your passion can help you move through everything in life, but you have to be fervent about it. Let's get a little bit into moderation. Let's get that one, self-love. Maxim 13. Our self-love endures more impatiently the condemnation of our taste than our opinions. Men are not only prone to forget benefits and injuries, they even hate those who have obliged them and cease to hate those who have injured them. The necessity of revenging an injury or of recompensing a benefit seems a slavery to which they are unwilling to submit. The clemency of princes is often but policy to win the affections of the people. Yes, indeed. The moderation of those who are happy arise from the calm which good fortune bestows upon their temper. Do you have a temper? We talk about this, Bridget. A lot of the people out there have temper, man. They have you need to work on that, man. Your temper can actually cost you a lot. Beloved, if you have a temper, we just close with this Maxim 17. We'll take the rest. Every day we'll get a little of the Maxim after each of the podcast. Beloved, one thing I want you to understand, look, don't let petty things annoy you. You are in this fast, things will get on your nerve. Things will get at you. Things will get with you. Don't let them get through you, okay? All right, beloved? Okay, are we good with those things? Certain things are beneath you. Can you hold the book up so I can see it, please? Unfortunately, we only reveal those books to our students, and we will reveal it through our Patreon because we've been having issue. Back then we used to do this, Sister Abby. Unfortunately, we don't do that anymore because every time we do this, we receive the profane always come over there and try to do things. So on tonight, during our lesson, I will reveal the name of the book to our students. We don't do this anymore. There are certain books we can't bring, but I don't bring to the public. We only bring into the nation. I only do this because we're on our fast. We want to get stuff. Forgive me, though. Okay? Forgive me for this, but it is our policy now. Yeah, you can send me an email. I'll send it to you. But all right, time is up. Really, it's already 2? Man, it's 2 p.m. Okay. All right, beloved. Thank you for being here. It is good to be here. We had a great time. We will see you for the student tonight at 8:30 p.m. And the others, we will see you tomorrow at the same time at 12:15 p.m. Okay, 12:15. I need to put this at 12:15. 12 o'clock, you can be there, hang out with the nation and the chart. Excuse me. And we will be there tomorrow at 12:15 p.m. for day 2 of the fast. Keep the fast holy, okay? Keep the fast clean and pure. Do not mess up with the fast, okay? Please work on your temper, beloved. It can cost you a lot. We had going to this in the classroom, how to work on your temper. Don't let petty things annoy you. Certain things are beneath you. Ignore them, outgo them. I say shalom. I say great glory to the mighty one. Praise and glory. Today is day 1. We got 39s to go. Selah, so be it.